This is in response to Billy's Talking Points memo from Tuesday, March 24th, 2015, Ted Cruz for President. I did a segment yesterday on Ted Cruz for President, so I think I'll call this Ted Cruz for President Part Deux. So, Billy really does not really talk about Ted Cruz for president. He just wants to spend the time trashing, indicating how conservatives are maligned and trashing liberals. So it was sort of an offhanded type of a thing. So he goes into just starting that Ted Cruz is running for president, but at the same time, 40% of the people in the United States align themselves as being conservatives and 24% as being liberals. He doesn't break it down any further than that. Independent, strongly leaning, blah, blah, you see, black and white. And then he goes on to indicate that conservatives have, there has never been a more maligned a minority than conservatives. That they are maligned, they are marginalized more than anyone else. And I guess he's trying to say that because Ted Cruz is a really true conservative, he is going to be maligned more than anyone else. Well, all of the information I've read on Ted Cruz, since you want to have it simplified, I will simplify it, which I didn't even say yesterday, is that no one has doubted in any way, shape, or form that he's not a brilliant person. It's just that he's a complete, utter a-hole. Now, Billy shows Representative Peter King from New York, who's a Republican, who's not a Tea Partier, and he does say it like it is on his positions. He indicated that Ted Cruz oversimplifies things, he exaggerates things. They showed something from the clip. If you look closely at the clip, it said Carnival Barker, which Peter King had also attested to Ted Cruz, indicating again marginalization of people who have conservative views. But I would put Representative King's remarks as being pretty much in line. Again, Billy didn't have him say Carnival Barker. He cut that piece off. He cuts a couple pieces off when the real essence of it is coming out. And again, I would point out one thing about Ted Cruz right now is that I have not seen him peg any solutions. I see him as being what we call part of the problem. I don't see him being part of the solution. I have not seen any type of legislation coming from him, that significant legislation that will do anything for anyone. Billy goes back into the part about how Obama only had 2 years on his resume and Cruz only has 2 years on his resume in the Senate, and that people just sort of fluff that over for Obama, but it's going to get scrutinized under Cruz. I'd like to point out two things real quick. Is Obama did speak at the Democratic National Convention, and he got raving reviews, even from Republicans, that he was an excellent speaker. They didn't agree with what he had to say, but they said he's an excellent speaker. Ted Cruz is a real barker. That's really what he is. Billy indicates that Obama, again, getting that type of free pass. But then Billy indicates that they're also going to come after him because of his Cuban heritage and the fact that he was not born in the United States. He was born in Canada. His American was a naturalized American citizen. Therefore, he is a naturalized American citizen. Then he points out, Billy points out to Harvard, something at Harvard said he's a citizen. And of course, all this was said about Obama right from the beginning too. But we had years and years of birther antagonism towards Obama. You know, remember, it was the short form. He gave off the short form, and that there was a conspiracy to put Obama's name in the paper in, I don't know, sometime in 1961 in Honolulu, where he was born, in two separate papers. That, you know, it was all a conspiracy. So Billy's trying to say, oh, they're going to come after him. They're not going to come after him in any way, shape, or form like they came after President Obama in terms of his birth certificate. Ted Cruz's resume, I'm just going to say, it doesn't really matter because he's really not going to be in the running at the end. He's going to make a lot of noise. I don't think he'll stick around. Maybe he'll get some traction. Hey, what stranger things have happened. I don't think the Dems are even going to get into it at all throughout this whole thing. They're just going to let the Republicans go after Cruz. As I pointed out yesterday, I think more Republicans will start to get in it because Cruz will start getting a following. I think he'll get the Secret Service, so he'll get more reporters following him and stuff. So I think others will need to get into it fairly soon. And they will be the ones who will be going after Cruz if they're going to go after his birth certificate. It's not going to be the Democrats. They're going to stay out of this, the Republican primary thing completely. You know, Billy will put on Whoopi Goldberg like he did yesterday also when she was making some jokes about Ted Cruz, and everyone was laughing. And what she had said, what Billy didn't show, was that she wanted to see his birth certificate. When they announced, she knew ahead of time, of course, that he was not born in the United States. He also, you know, it was sort of a strange thing. He wants to malign liberals again. He mentions Chris Matthews, who talked about being under communists, that Obama was learning under communists, and then Billy points out that Ted Cruz did say that they were Marxists at Harvard, but he didn't say that Obama was part of the Marxists or anything like that. See his little sleight of hand right there. But he gets back to the point that, okay, he doesn't think Cruz is going to win. I don't think anyone thinks Cruz is going to win. But again, he goes into the fact that conservatives are maligned. They're more maligned than anyone else. And he brings up 3 examples as to why they're maligned. Number 1, if you believe in global warming, you're a loon. But the thing is, this is what John Kerry had to say during the election in 2004. I'm going to paraphrase it because I can't remember it exactly. It was a well-known type of thing that was going on in the Bush administration. It's a well-known type of thing that's going on with Republicans right now to the 3 issues that Billy's going to speak to. I'll do them all. 1 was global warming. If you're global warming, if you don't believe in global warming, there's something wrong with you. If you don't believe that life begins in conception, you're a fanatic. If you don't believe in global warming, you are a loon. And if you don't believe that we really, really, really need to fight the jihad, then you're a warmonger. And this is an indication of those 3 types of things because, you know, there's a complete other side to all of that, and there is a great deal of nuance on all of that. But not with global warming, that's for sure. And really not with the jihad. Well, a little bit with the jihad. There's much more nuance with the jihad and with conception. But the point is that John Kerry said something to the effect that, you know, you change your opinions based on the fact as opposing to changing your facts to reflect your opinions. And that's what Billy is doing here all along. Conservatives are not maligned, but that's part of their makeup. That's part of their makeup is they think that everyone is after them all of the time and that their feelings are so hurt all the time. Let me just finish up. Ted Cruz is going to be president, and Billy's little segment here, conservatives are not maligned. You know, if they can't dish it out, then they should just shut the hell up.